You're in black.
Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark mystery movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark mystery movies.
I'm Dan. I despise Hallmark mystery movies, and this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Oh boy, Brian, you really hated this movie, huh?
I did get into my uniform. The uniform, I
The
guess,
uniform.
of delivering bad news.
Delivering bad news.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Actually, looking at my notes, it's not as bad as you would think.
All right. Well, the hot take isn't for a while. Let's just
Save it.
slow that
Let's just
down a little bit.
Pump the
Yeah.
old brakes. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode. We're so happy that you are joining us today.
Thank God they make more Hannah Swensen movies. You know what I mean? What would we do without them?
Well, that's
Good
right.
day.
Record
That's right.
something on Hallmark, maybe.
I'm excited about it. I'm excited to dive into it. Can I ask you this, Brian? You came in today, and I will say, you seemed especially energetic, which is surprising coming from you. Did something happen? And I meant to ask you before.
Hop
Pep
in my
in your
step.
step?
Yeah, a little pep in my
What
step.
Did you say
happened?
pop
I
in
did.
your
I said a
step?
hop in my step.
Okay.
Yeah,
which
what
I don't-
happened?
I was gonna say I stepped on a rabbit, but a hop in my step isn't a thing, right? So that wouldn't
No,
make a lot
pep
of
in your
sense.
step is the
Pep.
saying, I believe, because
Yeah.
it rhymes.
Right.
The eps.
Right. The pepper spray is what did it. Yeah, I got sprayed with the pepper spray.
What?
That'll do it. Yeah.
Let's try it with Dan. Dan, you walked in today and you had a little extra pop in your step. You were like had a little energetic. What happened to you on the way in?
Anytime we get to review one of these Swensen movies, I get so excited. They're not overdone at all. They've been baked to perfection.
It's nice.
I'm here for them, all of them. Bring as many of them as you can bring.
Bring them
Hallmark.
on.
You think you can ever not handle them? You think you just
No,
handle them?
they're
all
never
of them?
too hot
Wow.
to handle.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Don't even need oven
Never.
mitts.
Yeah,
That's exactly
the
right.
good stuff.
We're talking Reality Bites today, a Hannah Swensen mystery, February 6, 2025 on the
You
Hallmark
walked in with a
Mystery
pep
Channel.
in your step today, Brandon.
I did.
What was that about?
So I was driving down, Lawrence Road?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I was
familiar.
driving down Lawrence Road and I saw a car that the best way I can describe it was it's almost not a car.
Yeah.
So it was like a Tesla truck.
No.
Okay,
It's like, Frosted Mini Wheats?
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
So imagine you take a bunch of Frosted Mini Wheats, you crunch them up, you add
So
some
it's just
berries,
crumbs, just
you add some berries,
Yeah.
you add some
Just a
salsa,
shred.
like,
Yeah.
like oatmeal.
you add some salsa,
Salsa.
yeah,
Like a
yogurt.
dip
Yogurt.
here?
Okay. Are
um,
we getting back to the car at any
Yeah,
point?
imagine that as a car.
It can't. It wouldn't.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But it was on four wheels.
It was on four wheels,
And
Street
that
League.
brought Street League, and that brought a pep into your step.
It did it. I mean, it excites me when I see that people are still trying new things. Like I get excited about that. You guys don't get
What
excited
was the
about when
brand on the car?
it didn't have one.
Didn't have one.
It just
I
said
thought
made
so.
by John.
Homemade.
Made by-
Nice.
what was that in? What was that? Was
That's
that metal?
legal.
What was that?
No ketchup.
Ketchup.
Yeah.
Strong
It
ketchup.
looked like ketchup. You asked, bro.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me.
I don't know. I don't know.
Made
why.
by John.
I don't know why
So-
people
It was
don't
made
like
by
us.
John.
It's crazy.
Made by John.
To be on
Yeah.
the lookout.
Hello?
Oh, we do have John.
Hello, it's me.
John?
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh,
There's
John.
satellite on
I
that thing.
made it. I made it.
Killer
Yeah,
CB.
John,
I
how's
don't
it
know how
going?
you guys did it, but I made it.
I don't know how we did it.
Yeah.
You're the one
Did
that
you
called
write
in.
in ketchup
I did
on
not
your
call-
car?
I made it.
Oh, you made
You
it. The
made
ketchup.
it.
The car. The
You
whole
made
thing.
the car. Okay, I thought you said you made it like you were late for this interview, which we did not
Yeah.
ask.
I made it.
Actually, right on time.
John, was that accurately described?
Oh, he nailed it.
Yeah.
He nailed it.
Is the goal to put the pep in a step?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to make people stay.
You want to make people's day?
Yes.
You sound a little bit like Benny. A
No.
little. You're not like Benny.
I'm not.
You're not Benny.
Does he know? You know Benny?
Do you know
No.
Benny? No. Okay.
Never met
A little
him.
bit.
Never met
Well,
him.
he's a little.
Can
Knows
you
him a little.
say 2017 for me?
2017.
Yeah, I think you're real. You're just Benny's cousin, brother, something.
I just make cars
You just make cars.
For
That's
Benny.
all you do for Benny.
for Pep and Step.
For Pep and Step.
That's right.
The name of his business. Is that the name of your business?
No.
Okay.
It's made by John. Read
Yeah.
a book.
Made by John. Read a book. Yeah, of
LLC.
course.
Love you
Probably a
guys.
DBA,
I
actually.
love you guys.
Yeah, probably a DBA.
I love you guys.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
you too, John.
Big fan. Would you believe it if I told you that I made cars,
Thought he
hoping I
was-
knew that you guys lived on Lawrence Road and I wanted to kind of you guys to see me?
Thought he was signing off. Now he's telling everybody where we live.
Well,
It's
I live in
perfect.
the general locale, and I want you guys to see me so you would talk to me. Would you believe that?
John, we're gonna have to go.
I'm paying a car so they
John,
can see
you're
me,
breaking
Dad.
up, John.
Boy,
you're breaking
I
up.
don't hear,
John.
I don't hear anything anymore.
Is there,
It's
John,
very
are you there?
staticky.
Are you there?
Bye, John.
Are you there, John? I can't hear you, John.
He just wanted,
Very
he just wanted us to
informative.
know, he just wanted us to know that he existed. Reality Bites, a Hannah Swensen mystery, February 6, 2025 on the Hallmark Mystery Channel. Went a little something like this. The movie kicks off with some bad
Cockroach
guy.
is gonna love that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I don't think you will. The movie kicks off with a bad guy stealing some diamonds and then breaking a window. They steal some more jewelry. They break another window. They find another box of goodies. I can't do it today.
Not my goodies.
They find another box of goodies and they break
Jewel.
yet another window. Finally, they leave. No more windows to break. While that's happening, we see Hannah baking a pie. I was inspired. I can't imagine how you were
That was
feeling.
inspiring.
She finds out that Connie Mac.
All dressed in black.
I went too fast. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, you were off beat
I
altogether.
haven't Miss Mary Macked in a while. So she finds out that Connie Mack wants to come and film in her bakery. Connie Mack, she's
The
a
Connie
legend.
Mack.
She's a legend, and it gets better. They want Hannah to help. Now, obviously, Norman is around because he's in love with her secretly, and he doesn't even know who Connie Mack is, but he's still very impressed. Speaking of love, Chad comes in to pick up some muffins for the crew at the old precinct. I'm not even going to correct that.
That's when you wear a dirty shirt to work out and it's precinct.
Yeah.
That's right. Chad's a busy bee.
Precinct.
Yeah, that's right. You knew what I
With
meant, though.
your jewelry.
You knew what I meant. Chad's a busy bee. He's working on the dadgummit, you got jewelry on my mind.
Jewelry.
Here we go. Ready?
Yep. Precinct.
Chad's a busy bee. He's working on this burglary case, and he's convinced that he has the right guy, but needs more evidence to prove that that guy is also involved in 13 break-ins in the area. He has this very distinctive calling card where he breaks every window in the house. It's time for filming. Connie shows up, and she's a bit of a diva. She shows up last second, and Hannah immediately catches on to the fact that Connie doesn't really know how to cook. Hannah tries to correct her at one point, which Connie does not appreciate, and pours a pie on her head. The producers apologize to her afterwards and confirms that Connie indeed does not know how to cook. Let her cook.
Secret.
He asks her to go along with it for one more day. And the next day, Hannah shows up and finds that producer, Hunt, dead. We see on his computer he was reading an article about the burglar that Chad is investigating. Chasley, the burglar. Obviously, Hannah begins to investigate for herself because that's her deal. She catches Connie on the street, and it seems that she has a bit of a jaw problem that she didn't have before, and no way to get in charge. Guys, think about the Sunday synopsis for 1 second and appreciate how hard it is. With all your shenanigans to make it sound fluid.
It was barely shenanigans.
I'm sorry. What is the Sunday synopsis?
Let me back you up like a couple steps, right? Damn. Even I know what the Sunday synopsis is.
Viral sensation Sunday synopsis.
Get it at the precinct.
Yeah, that really hurt you last time when you introduced Morgan Freeman and Cockroach, I believe, during the synopsis in the last.
I made it work.
Yeah.
Let me cook.
Let
But
Connie
Connie
cook.
can't. Anyway, she catches Connie on the street, and it seems like she has a jaw problem that she didn't have before. And apparently, no one can get in touch with Hunt's wife, which is very suspicious. She finds out that Hunt moved the booking of the show to their town last minute. And it also coincided with when they announced the court case of Chasley. So it's all very suspicious. And that's what he was looking at on the computer. So it's odd. And as she's updating Chad on what she's found, a car comes speeding towards them, about to hit them. But he pulls her out of the way with his big, strong arms. What's that about?
Like a cat.
Like a cat.
A cat.
They decide that they're going to set a trap by announcing very loudly throughout town that Hannah's mom is going out of town and is going to be leaving all of her expensive jewelry behind. Hey, I'm leaving! It works. They catch the bad guy. Turns out it was Connie's assistant, who is Chasley's daughter. She's decided she was going to stage a break-in to look exactly like Chesley to keep him from being convicted of all 13 break-ins. She killed Hunt because Hunt knew.
Hunt knew.
Hunt knew.
Hunt knew.
Hunt knew.
Hunt knew.
Luckily, Chad.
Hunt knew.
Luckily, as she has a gun.
Guys, let's think of the Sunday synopsis.
Yeah.
Think of
Has anyone thought of the Sunday
Has anyone ever
synopsis?
even briefly considered the synopsis?
What about the firm in space?
What about the firm in space? That's exactly right. Imagine if we play these at the firm in space.
Boy, howdy.
Is it big?
As she has the gun up to her head, Chad calls Hannah, and she's like, "Answer the phone. Put it on speaker." So she does, and Hannah uses some code words like, "Hey, I'm making you your favorite cookie," knowing obviously he doesn't like sweets, so he would know that she's in some trouble. So he shows up just in time and arrests her, and she says, "I know all. Here's all the information. She told us, so we know it all," and that's very nice. And the movie ends with Chad and Hannah walking around and just kind of talking to each other. And that, my friends, was
Reality Bites, a Hannah Swensen mystery. We did it.
We did do it. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we will, let's break it down.
Sure.
I think we
I
should break
love
this
it.
one down. Here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about the latest in the Hannah Swensen mystery world, Reality Bites.
Yeah, the good stuff.
Let's share our thoughts on it. I think we should call this one the hot take, and I think we should share our thoughts unfiltered. Some might say these takes are hot. Brian,
Yeah.
What'd you think?
You just said they were
That's
hot.
really good. You did.
what do you think about this one?
I thought overall this one not bad, actually, as far as Hannah Swensen mysteries go. The problem here is what I liked most about this was the characters. Like
What
I
was
feel
the
like
characters?
there were
Yes.
characters. The characters I liked. The mystery I didn't care about, which I feel like that's a big part of a mystery.
So that makes for a good mystery, a Hannah Swensen mystery.
I guess so.
Yeah.
In this very specific, weird, unique case, yeah. Not enough baking. I mean, in fact, they shut the
without
bakery
saying.
down. Like,
I mean-
yeah. I mean, it's not a Hannah Swensen mystery unless we're not baking much. They shut the bakery down, which told me everything I needed to know about wanting baking. Like, it's not happening. Ridiculous. They teased us with a, "Hey, we're going to get you in the courtroom." And so at that point, I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna
Courtroom
do a-
drama. I'm
yeah.
all here for it.
Let's
Sign me
do
up right now.
Let's do some of this."
Yeah.
And we're 55 minutes in before we get in the courtroom. So
Nah.
bummer. But in my mind, I'm like, ooh, if they go this direction with these movies, we're in the courtroom more, that'd be fun.
Not going to do it.
Her mom, the savior.
Barbara
She's
Niven.
getting better every movie. She's better and better for me.
They're letting her cook. Speaking
Yes,
of letting
she's
people
having
cook.
a good
Yeah.
old time. She's got her hands in everything. She's really fun to watch. And so she's saving these. Connie, I thought was a really fun character to introduce. Norman, I even liked in this one.
Okay.
So I don't. The
You're going too
characters.
far.
I think that's where we draw the line. Vic, off the charts, Riz, as they say. Vic was just crushing it as usual. So everything, all the characters I really like. The problem is just the mystery, not interested. And so
it's tough.
they got to figure that out. Get back in the kitchen on the mystery stuff. Open the
Did you
kitchen.
just tell Hannah Swensen to get back in the kitchen? Brian,
Hannah
oh my
and friends.
God. Cancel Brian.
How about
everybody.
how about open the kitchen to begin with,
and then get back.
I'm
in the
just
kitchen
happy-
with Brian.
I'm just happy that I sent you a statute and didn't actually build you a statute.
Thank you.
And I
It
would
could've
have
gotten
gotten
out
so
of
much
hand.
money.
Matt, see, that's
So
what I'm talking
really good.
about.
Nah,
Was
it's
you don't
right.
know
See,
where you're
now you
getting
don't have
with
the
it.
egg on your face.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. The whole thing's fine.
This doesn't sound fine.
Well, I really like Vic
isn't.
Webster,
Okay,
and
great,
I
guys,
think
great.
Vic
We
Webster.
all love Vic
Well, I
Webster.
think Vic Webster and Allison Sweeney. I like them together, and I just this movie ended in such a way where I was like, here we go. Now it's time, and now I know there's going to be another one, and so that's too bad. I just want them to get together at this point. And so I really felt like we were heading in that direction.
Yeah,
there was a
we
lot
are.
of vibes in this movie. And then the movie ends and they're walking. And he's wearing that Peter McAllister jacket and he looks great in it. And I just thought for sure this is what we were going to do and we didn't do it. But Yeah, I thought that this one it wasn't my least favorite one of these. And Dan, can I share my hot take, please?
Yeah, you can absolutely. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Let's let Dan cook.
sorry.
We'll
I'm
let
sorry.
Dan cook here in a second. I thought that this one was fine. Dan, go away.
I just really good. I'm glad I waited for that. Also, I just listened to both of you say it's fine. I liked it, and then just absolutely crap all over it, which is just be honest with
I
yourselves
didn't crap all over it.
and the people at home.
I did not crap all over it.
I go back and listen.
I did
There's
not.
some
All
takes
I
in
said
there.
is that I wish that they kissed at the end.
Yeah. They're just not. I wish now there's going to be another one.
Hey,
The whole thing.
that's the series.
How about this? They clearly said one thing and then told you another. What do I have to say for you to stop making these movies? I'll say whatever. I'll rave about one. I don't care. I can be bought. If it means I don't have to watch any more Hannah Swensen movies, then just let me know, because I could not. How many have there been? A dozen?
Baker's
24?
dozen,
A
maybe?
baker's dozen? 2 dozen? I just nothing reeks more of old Hallmark than these movies, where, to your point, Bran, they're 6 webs deep and they still haven't kissed yet. I don't how many Victor Webster movies do we need before they kiss? Is Cameron Matheson just going to come back at some point? What are they possibly waiting on? Are we really to believe that Norman is a possible? I just don't have time for it. I hate it. Allison Sweeney is more than capable. Barbara Niven is having the time of her life. It just doesn't matter. There's so many things I'd rather be watching on the Hallmark Channel and Hallmark Mystery than this. It is.
Let's try raving about it.
You want me to try it?
Yeah, let's try
All right.
it, and then we definitely won't just use it as a clip or something like
Give
that.
me a countdown.
Okay, 5, 4, 3,
11,
2,
10.
1, go.
Guys, they cracked it. This is the best of the Hannah Swensen movies by a mile. Barbara Niven, oh my goodness. They're letting her cook.
Yeah.
You said it, Bri. They're letting
in
her
the
cook.
kitchen.
And the more you let Barbara Niven be a part of what's going on here, the better. The mystery, a ton of fun.
Go, Dan.
Cooking show
Go, Dan.
in the
Go.
bakery.
Yeah, Dan.
They closed the bakery. They haven't done that yet. They
It's
haven't
what
done that
that
yet.
town is needed.
Vic Webster, you know what's great is they know that once they get these 2 kids together, they're not gonna be able to keep their
Yeah,
hands off
yeah.
each other. So
Don't let
them
'em kiss.
waiting
Don't let 'em
6
kiss.
or 7 movies
Don't let them
in
kiss.
order of Vic and Allison to even walk somewhere together like they might date. Pitch perfect. I needed more. I need more.
taunting us.
I need more baking. I need more courtroom. I need more of all of it. All in on Hannah Swensen, everybody.
Dan like the movie. Dan like the movie.
Hey!
Wow.
It's going to be great. It's going to make the socials, and people are going to be so confused, and then they're going to have to. They're going to probably not listen and just think that I really liked it. If that
But
works,
you did.
it sucked. It's terrible.
Oh man.
Let's get to all the feels. We were talking about what this movie gives feels. Brian.
Yeah.
From the 2 guys that liked the movie but not the mystery and can't believe there's another one.
Wait till you hear my feels, Dan. Speaking of mysteries, the lattice work on that pie.
Oh dear God Almighty!
No, I'm with you.
Kidding me right
that
now?
was nuts.
Really great.
That was
top
nuts.
shelf, like high level stuff there. Like I know she's not baking in these movies. Like there's not that going on, but she's letting us know early and often, mostly just early on in the movie, that
Yeah.
I can still
Still
do
got
this.
it.
Yeah,
I still got it.
I haven't lost a
Yeah.
step, so that really worked.
I
for
had
me.
lattice work on mine. I got
Sorry, man. How could you not?
Dude, I was thinking you had some lattice work done. I
Yeah,
didn't want to
no,
bring
you
it
don't
up
wanna
to
bring
you.
it. I didn't
but,
wanna say anything.
And that's
I
not,
thought it
it's
was
not my
pretty
place to
natural.
call
I
you
thought it
out.
was
but
pretty natural.
It's pretty
Brand's
clear
got
to
an eye for
anybody
it.
that
Yeah, you
sees
do.
you that
Yeah,
you've had some
had
lattice
eagle eye
work
over
done.
here.
There's no doubt about it.
And I think it works for you.
Thank
I don't think you look
you.
bad. A
But
lot
I
of
mean,
people
it's-
can go. You can go too hard on the lattice work.
Yeah,
and
no,
It's
It's
just
easy to
very
go
light, light
overboard,
lattice. Yeah.
light lattice.
Ease into it.
When Connie Mack poured the pie on
Yes.
Allison Sweeney, I didn't see it coming, and either did Allison Sweeney. And I thought that scene was really funny. It made me laugh, and I appreciated it. Dano?
Dude, the lattice work on that pie. Did you see it? I know we've already talked.
Hey, Brian actually
Saying,
already talked
man.
about it. Brian brought that one. Did you have
Oh,
anything
that's a
else
tough
besides
break.
the lattice work?
It's the only
What
thing I
about
wrote
when
down.
they dumped the pie on her head?
Oh
Maybe-
man!
Oh wait, no, that
so
was
I didn't
taken
see it
too.
coming. Didn't think you'd say it.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get to the way what the Hallmark here
Sends
on
into you.
Take the Hallmark
Hallmark.
sends into you. Let's talk. Wait, what's here? Welcome back, by the way.
Welcome back.
Do you know we just came back
Well,
from a
this
break?
is, I
Okay.
forgot. This
Got
is
it.
serious stuff. We did it in
Good.
post. Definitely not in real time. Let's get to the wait what of this one. Brian, anything in this movie make you go wait what?
This is tough. See if I can dig something up here. Rock solid movie. The DA came around checking filming permits at a bakery. The district attorney.
Didn't
last
he do that in the
movie,
last
he-
one?
the last
last
movie
one
he
too.
did.
So
in
I
the
guess
last
they're
one.
consistent.
He just keeps
Yeah.
showing up at a
while preparing for a
It's
big
almost
trial.
like some people
Yeah.
in law enforcement tend to overstep what their prerogative
that's like
is
the
and what their
undertone here?
jurisdiction is.
I would then
They'll
would
clean
make
it up in the
perfect
next one,
sense.
Dan.
Yeah, for sure. It's like the Jodie
I
Sweet
know.
one.
That- yeah, exactly.
I
There
know.
you go. There was an interview happening at the precinct that where
You said
So-
it right.
thank you. Somebody from the crew was in an interview room, and I think Hannah was just out in the hallway, door wide open.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
questions flying, conversation just flowing right out that window into the precinct for everybody to hear. And just the cost of a traveling baking show just doesn't make sense. A traveling baking show where you have to find a new location, you have to move the entire crew, unless you're hiring local people. It looks like they travel with the same
it's
crew.
still cheaper than like dramatized television. I mean, if you're talking about just at like diners, drive-ins, and dives, he doesn't cook, but like
It doesn't make
traveling
any
all
sense
across
in-
the
but
country.
But it doesn't make sense though if you're not going to introduce the bakery.
Correct.
Yeah,
and the,
they're doing
the
their whole
person who
show.
bakes in the
Yeah.
bakery.
Their own
That
recipes.
doesn't make sense.
They're bringing their
Yes.
own recipes. They're doing
Yeah.
their entire show that you do in a studio, just in a different location
Yeah.
all the time. So just the whole show didn't make any sense to me, and it bugged me the whole time because I'm like, you just shouldn't do that.
But a
It's
quality
stupid.
flick. Mystery
But
sucked. That sucked. But
yeah,
quality
the
flick is what you're
people
saying.
In
the
it,
people,
I like the
yeah,
people,
we
and I'm
love
rooting
we
for
love
them.
the people.
Rooting for them, and just Hannah and Norman chase after a gunman, which you just I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't
Maybe
chase
they've
after
got
a
the
person
gun.
with a gun. I don't
Yeah.
know. Don't run after them throughout the house.
Yeah. I got a few. One, Chad and Hannah do have a conversation on a stairwell in the middle of that
Oh.
stairwell, and I don't think that that's right. Someone even has to go around them. It's just that
Bad spot.
guys. There's common courtesy that I think we all need to abide by, and one of those things is not having
Block a
conversations in the
stairwell,
middle of a
man.
stairwell.
Yeah.
You can't do
Fire
it.
hazard.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I got a kick out of when they almost get hit by the vehicle. Immediately, my boy Chad goes, "Such an odd street to be speeding down." That's his first
In
thought.
ADR too, yeah.
After getting almost hit by a vehicle, pulls her out of the way. Such an odd street to be speeding down.
Super chill.
I got yeah. He's like just immediately like this
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's almost like they were coming straight
Yeah,
for
why
us.
would they do that?
That doesn't make any sense. Such an odd street for them to be speeding down. It doesn't make sense. Almost like it was intentional.
What's the top kilometer rate on this road?
If this was,
It'd be 100.
if
It'd be
this,
going 100 kms over there.
if this street wasn't such an odd
Yeah.
street to be speeding
100
down,
plus, eh?
if this street wasn't such an odd street to be speeding down, then
You wouldn't be
this
standing
would,
in it.
This would almost not be like they were coming for us.
That's right.
But now that
Yeah.
it
Starting to
is,
put the pieces
I think they
together.
might be coming for us.
Yeah.
And then the criminal's dumb. She's dumb. She's a
So
dumb criminal.
dumb.
To overhear someone being like, "I'm going out of town," like they were so clearly acting so suspicious, and for her to fall into that trap, she had everything. She deserved everything she has coming to her. That's what I'll say about that. Dano,
Does this thief at the beginning of the movie like breaking windows?
love it.
Like he's in there stealing,
Yeah.
and he steals a piece of jewelry, and then he looks and throws a rock through a window to the outside twice.
Yep.
Is that his thing? Is he breaks in and then he's like, now I get to break some windows? It just doesn't. You're just drawing attention to yourself. Once you're in, I've not really stolen anything, in that manner.
Yeah.
Other manners, of course,
Sure,
but not in that
other
manner.
big manners.
But why would you break the windows?
yeah.
What about the doubly manner?
Doubly
Did-
manner?
yeah.
I don't know,
Did you steal?
I can't speak on that either.
one.
Yeah, I can't.
And also to have a noise, a signature thing, be the noise that says, "I'm robbing this
That's
house."
right.
Like
It's his signature
they're gonna
noise.
hear breaking glass. You go, somebody is getting
It's
robbed.
ridiculous.
Pick a different noise.
Early in this movie, Hannah Swensen's mom sees her, and they're waiting on Connie Mack, or the producer, somebody famous, and Niven is dressed to the nines, and Hannah Swensen leaves, and we see Barbara Niven start to say a line, and then the camera goes back to Allison Sweeney, and she goes, maybe change into something more presentable before you come back, which is a classic Barbara Niven line.
Uh-huh.
But what's wild to me, that passive aggressive line of "you don't look presentable right now" from mom to daughter gets a full laugh track. There is a sound that they play where everyone else in that scene apparently thought it was a sick burn that doesn't know Hannah Swensen. They're just laughing because they think she looks ugly, I guess. Oh, you got had. You don't look good. It's weird. It's a weird scene. Vic Rebster, with all the Riz in the world, according to Brian and the kids out there, he leans over in his coat, just tall, deep voice, leans over to Hannah Swensen and goes, "What's your schedule like?" And then she goes, "I'm actually free tonight." And he's like, "Not during the night. I was wondering if you'd like to come watch me lawyer." Vic Webster asked her what her schedule's like, not because he wants to ask her on a date.
Not yet.
But because he wants to see if she would be interested in watching him lawyer. Bro, come on, man.
Worked for me.
Come on. This whole thing is an offense to actual TV personality chefs. I don't know any of them, but I do know that all of them would tell you, and I'm sure there's plenty of stories out there of TV personality chefs that aren't as good at cooking as maybe their personality at TV is. But there's not a one where the entire crew believes that they can cook and they cannot cook. You mean to tell me the entire crew shows up for every episode of decades of Connie Mack? They said she's been a celebrity for over a decade. Decades of this show, and never once they go, "Have you ever noticed that she didn't ever cook anything?"
We travel with a full-time chef.
She didn't ever cook anything. All right, but it's fine. Maybe she cooks it in her spare time. I don't know. That's weird. And we do this every time, but there are 8.258 million people in New York City. Last year there were 377 homicides, one for every
Rest in peace.
0.00004 people.
One is too many.
That's right.
That on the record.
In Greenville, South Carolina, 72,000 people, 5 homicides. You're twice as likely to be murdered in Greenville than you are in New York City per capita, and both of those places are considered incredibly safe compared to the fake small town where Hannah Swensen lives. I don't know how to tell you, this is getting out of hand. This woman is around or party to so many murders, and you just it's just weird at this point, guys. It's just weird. You just need to leave the town. I have 2 that I don't remember. I've written 2 things down, so it's going to be an all play. One is,
it's crazy because you like the movie
so much.
So
maybe the worst idea in the history of getting information. That's what I wrote down. So at some point they were gathering information, and it was so stupid how they were doing it. And I don't know what it was.
It was Norman offering free cleanings.
Yeah, there it is.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
They offer free teeth cleanings in a random office.
It's a fun game. Let's keep going.
And
so the whole thought process there is,
somebody's going to talk because they're getting their teeth done.
Yeah. So let's bring in all the people from the
while they're getting their teeth worked on.
Jail.
And he's like, well, people are actually really talky, blah, blah, blah. And then the other one is,
not me.
I just put Norman, and then I put in quotes, "Is that our phone signal?" And then I put "dumb B."
Wow.
So,
I know.
This
At
one?
the end of the movie, they're watching the cameras. The
From the
cameras cut out.
Yeah.
And
so they're watching the cameras, and there's individual screens.
Nice job,
Good
Brad.
work, guys.
Dude,
we
There's
get it all.
individual screens on the cell phone, and just the individual screens cut out, but the web page is still running fine. And he's like, "Do you think it's our phone signal?" You idiot. It's not how
He's
that
just
works.
asking a question.
Yeah. And lastly, our murderer, and I want to make sure you understand this. Our murderer is holding a gun, if you're watching philo.tv/CTH, with her right arm, a pistol like this. She shoots Norman in the arm, and the kick or the blowback of that pistol is so much that it kicks only her left arm. So she shoots like this, and then she goes, whoa, like she falls back to her left, not her right. She doesn't kick back to the opposite side in one of the weirdest acted scenes maybe of all time. This movie's a mess. Bring it back to you.
Thank you, Dan. It's time for What the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been, maybe happened, give some clarity. Any questions that we still have? What are we still wondering about? That's what this is for, Brian.
While Norman was offering the information gathering free teeth cleanings, I'm pretty sure at one point he said to somebody, something along the lines of "Good night" or "We'll see you in a little while." Was he sedating people as well?
Yes.
In addition to,
So you had a short amount of time.
yeah.
I got to imagine that he was, while he saw the cavity,
he
was like, let's
offered
go ahead
all
and knock
those
that
government
out.
employees. What if they all showed up? Like he
Dude,
just has weeks
that's
of
a-
appointments.
yeah,
That's a lot. That's a lot.
What can you
That's a
knock out? 4 or 5 in a day?
That's
Like
a
you're, you know,
risky
That's the
thing.
whole thing.
with a fake assistant? Yeah, I think
So
that's
mine also involves Norman and the cleaning and the line that you mentioned that people are talkative when they're getting a cleaning. Is that real? Are
There's no
people
way.
actually
Cannot
talk?
be.
If
No.
I will say hello, how are you, and then that's it because
That's
I
it.
want to get in and I want to get
Yeah.
out of the most miserable place on the planet. Are there people that want to take their time and get to
I had
know
a
their
dentist
dentist?
once that would ask me questions while they
And
were
I'm just
working
like,
on my teeth, and I'm like,
It doesn't
"Ah."
make any sense.
I don't get it.
I
Don't get it at
I
all.
refuse to believe that there's anybody out there that loves a dentist so much that they're like, let's drag this out longer than it
Yeah.
has to be. I refuse to believe it. It's impossible. Dan?
I love coffee. And Hannah Swensen, when she's worried that people aren't going to come back to her bakery after a murder happened there, she says she has a new sign. And the sign says 2 cookies and a coffee for the price of 1. What is for the price of 1? Is that the whole bundle? Do I get 4 cookies and 2 coffees for the price of 2 cookies and 1
Sure,
coffee?
Sure. You
Or do
double
I
it.
get, what is the one there? I legitimately, this is what the Hallmark is. I need to know this. Is it 2 cookies and coffee for the price of 1 coffee? Or is it just I'm getting 4 cookies and 2 coffees? And if it's for all of it, isn't that just better to say half off cookies and coffee?
No, I think the 4-1 speaks for itself.
It's
there.
a 4 for 2.
It's a 4 for 2. It's a
Yeah.
3, 6 for
Yep.
3.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I saw the other day was a contraption that I thought of Rig. I don't know if Rig's here today, but I thought of Rig.
Oh, twice in a week. Oh, boy.
Okay,
Look at me.
so it's the 4
I
for
hit the
so
lotto.
so
oh,
it-
dadgummit.
so it's
Playing while the price is right.
it's a
rules?
breakfast thing. It's
Yeah.
a breakfast
I'm
thing.
listening.
You take the lid off,
take that
and there's
lid off,
one
yeah.
circle that you put egg in.
yeah.
There's one circle that you put
Yeah.
sausage in. You close that up, you pull out a drawer.
Yeah.
You
the
can fit up
lime
to
and the
2
coconut.
pieces of bread in there.
Oh, and they're toasting
4
that bread
for
while you're
2.
cooking that
I don't
egg.
know if that am I getting closer?
Yeah, you're good, but that's all on one side. You didn't flip it or reverse it, so that's a
That's
little,
true.
little
the
downer.
problem.
But it's
All
good in there.
Fair enough.
Yep.
We did everybody.
Shout out.
Congratulations to us. Shout out. Anybody else got anything to say?
I think we're good, man.
All right. Come on back next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that you will. I hope that you will. Until then, remember the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.